What's going on, Jerome? It's a beautiful Tuesday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings news dump. So, this entire news dump is all injury updates, basically. And you would think that, hey, all off season, one of the most anticipated seasons in Vikings history. Got your future franchise quarterback, double down in the trenches, one of the best offensive lines that we've seen in a while. First team offensive line hasn't played a snap together yet. Great. JJ McCarthy, fourth quarter rally, week 1 against the Crooked Chicago Bears, NFC Offensive Player of the Week. It's great, but Sunday night against Falcons, maybe not so much. Got sacked 6 times, 9 times on the season, and you're just thinking, okay, he'll turn it around. But then announced on Monday, I mean, what else can we do? Schefter. ESPN sources, Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy is expected to be sidelined 2 to 4 weeks with a high ankle sprain. With McCarthy out, Vikings quarterback Carson Wentz is now in line to start. And as a Vikings fan, especially after the meniscus last year, now you got a high ankle sprain, which is super painful, by the way. So props to McCarthy for gutting that out. And no, he was not soft benched. Right? They're not using this as an excuse to bench him. Kevin O'Connell said so much. And I don't know. It just seems like, why can't this team catch a break? Is J.J. McCarthy injury prone? Is this going to hold him back? Why can't anything go right with this stupid team? It's week 3. And about a third of the Vikings starters are injured. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain now. So with Jones that we'll talk about. So Jones, Ham, McCarthy. I didn't even put McCarthy in red. McCarthy, Jones, Ham, Darisaw, Kelly, and School potentially missing, are going to be missing Sunday. What the hell's going on? Basically half, and if you count Addison suspended, you're missing more than half of your projected starters. It's week 3. Yeah. And a lot of people point out that it looked like this play, he got rolled up on, hip drop tackle, guessing strib. Here's the play where Kevin O'Connell said J.J. McCarthy sprained his ankle. He just kind of got rolled up on. We didn't think it was significant when he came off the field that series. McCarthy got it taped, and after 2 series, also went back in the game. But it was worse today. And, respect to J.J. for toughing it out at the end. Should he have been in the game late? Don't know, but it's tough to get him off the field. Could explain the late pick, just sort of sailed it. Also, mobility definitely got curtailed throughout the game, right? And it's just, why can't this team catch a break? Don't know. And offensive line, you're down Darisaw, now you're down Ryan Kelly. It was just a mess, man. Now turn to Carson Wentz. Right? Grew up a Vikings fan, localish dude, hashtag one of us. Yeah. And the former number 2 overall pick, number 1 overall pick was Jared Goff. But for the Eagles, I mean, he went down with the injury, and then Nick Foles came in and allegedly won a Super Bowl. I don't know how they got there. I don't know what happened in the NFC title game. Doesn't matter. But Carson Wentz, he definitely does have the skill set, but he's been a journeyman. 6 teams the last 6 years, and it's just been a spot where he's turned into a decent backup quarterback, and he just never regained that spark that he had in 2017, because he was having a really good season before he had that ACL, and still was named second team All-Pro that year. Just, I don't know. But Wentz, this does seem like a full circle moment. It is very early in the season. As Thielen said, he's been on teams that start off 5-0, missed the playoffs, 1-2, went to the NFC title game. And I know everyone's crying the breast milk right now, but, I mean, what else can you do except for keep moving on, right? And obviously, McCarthy being down with injury looks to be the future franchise guy. It sucks, but it's like Dick Vermeil 1999 after Trent Green went down. We're going to rally around Carson Wentz, and we're going to play good football. Tier, right? And this does get better because, the Vikings have had this myriad of injuries, but most of them are not long-term issues. All right, Darisaw could return at any point. Ryan Kelly's in concussion protocol. Same thing with School. Aaron Jones hamstring, that could take a while. Same thing with Cashman. And Addison gets off suspension week 4. So it could just be like everyone gets healthy at the right time. The Vikings make a run this thing. And can Carson Wentz keep this team afloat? It's possible. And if he can't, we're all stars now in the Bro Show. Right? And Kevin McConnell did say that he's very confident in Max Brosmer as quarterback 2, being one play away. And it just feels like this is the villain origin story. All right, everything is lining up. I didn't want to say it at first, but I don't know. Maybe J.J. McCarthy is Trey Lance, and then Carson Wentz would be Jimmy Garoppolo in this scenario, and then of course Brosmer, Brock Purdy. Could be not. I don't know. And it's also ironic because Purdy's also hurt right now. But with Darisaw, I don't know. Like, it just seems like reading Darisaw's comments that he feels he's ready to go, and maybe it's the team and coaching staff holding him back. Don't know. But obviously, School was not it, and then he got hurt, and that certainly potentially could have led to J.J. McCarthy being hurt, just getting shellacked, just getting smacked with a 2x4. As I get unfocused, story of my life. I don't know. So here's what's going to happen now. So the Vikings, next couple weeks, Darisaw will be back and healthy. Jordan Mason as running back 1 now with Aaron Jones out. Vikings will be able to run the ball. Carson Wentz, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, can distribute the football, is protected. Ryan Kelly gets back, and all of a sudden, maybe the Vikings go on a little bit of a run. Right, and they did say, 2 to 4 week injury, but I don't know. So missing Bengals, missing Steelers. Do you just fly him out to London and have him start off of the injury cold against Cleveland? Probably not. So I think Carson Wentz is going to at least start the next 3 games. And frankly, if he plays well, even off a bye, even if JJ is healthy, I still think Carson Wentz would start week 7 against the Eagles. Of course, all the storylines are replete right there. And I think that's at least what we're looking at. And also, remember, Chargers week 8 is Thursday Night Football, so a super short week. So, I mean, we may not see J.J. McCarthy until November, against the Lions at week 9. And then you really want his first game back to be at Detroit. But they got Ravens at home November 9th. Is that a place? But what happens if Carson Wentz is playing well? Right? And I feel like, I don't know, like there's a lot of scenarios that could go down in this spot. Maybe Carson Wentz is great. Maybe Carson Wentz has a Randall Cunningham, Case Keenum type run. Maybe he is terrible, and maybe J.J. McCarthy isn't ready to go, and maybe it's time for the Bro Show. And maybe Max Brosmer looks really good. I mean, quick decisions, getting rid of the football, operating within the parameters of the offense. Maybe that could be it. I don't know. There's a lot of ways that this could go, but I don't know, it's just really disheartening right now. Also, like I said, this entire news dump was just injuries. It's week 3. Alec Lewis, the Athletic Vikings head coach Kevin McConnell said center Ryan Kelly and left tackle Justin School are in the concussion protocol. Kevin McConnell said positive early signs, but that's totally in the hands of the medical staff. Aaron Jones is still getting the hamstring evaluated, likely be out this week. All right, so an issue. So say Darisaw doesn't play week 3, which would be unfortunate. Justin School, does he clear concussion protocol? Maybe not. Ryan Kelly has had multiple concussions during his time with the Colts, so there's more of a concern there. Do you have Walter Rouse at left tackle? Do you put Blake Brand at left tackle? Jurgens was fine at center. And also with Aaron Jones out, now do you finally pick up Ty Chandler? Or excuse me, with Ty Chandler out as well, do you finally pick up Cam Akers? I don't know. It's just, why can't this team catch a break? Right? Had this great offseason, built in the trenches, pass rushes there, and then Cashman gets hurt, and Harrison is undisclosed, and Darisaw is slow to get going. Then J.J. McCarthy gets hurt, and Aaron Jones gets hurt, and it's just over and over again, right? But like we said, silver lining is most of these injuries are short term, and this team can be whole again by midseason. But also, I mean, the Vikings got to string together a couple of dubs to keep this team viable if they can get to the middle of the season, right? And hopefully things will start gelling. I think Darrisaw returning is going to be a huge piece to this offense, whoever the hell is that quarterback. And we'll just go. And it seemed to work last year with the ginger quarterback, so who knows? Who knows? Just scream into the abyss. Yeah. Anyways, that's it. Vikings news dump for this beautiful, glorious Tuesday. It's still beautiful and glorious. All right. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.